Hey fandom, it's me Aaron.
And I'm Tony.
And this is a comic show. This week is freaking huge.
Oh my god, it's so big he had to bring me back just to help out showing the books.
No, you just showed up. Batman, Death of the Family. You guys loved that first issue. I've heard
I did.
Basically unanimous praise from Batman fans. Total sellouts. We have the second print of all the first stuff. You got the 13s issues. Batman, Catwoman, Batgirl, all the 13s. And then 14s out of Batman and Batgirl. Now, these continue from those issues, and Joker pinpoints family members of these title characters and really goes to town on what he does to Alfred. I am not going to spoil it, but, if you've read the preview pages, it ends with Batman's like, Alfred? No! And it's crazy. I'm not saying that Joker skins Alfred's face and wears it when he attacks Batman. I'm not saying that, but...
Thank God.
But he does something to Alfred, and it just sounds very, very, very painful. And with Batgirl, it's Batgirl's mother, and Joker has some serious, convoluted, complicated plans for Barbara that she might just like if she hears them out, it's, maybe. And Suicide Squad. How do you know this is the first part of the crossover? Well, you got this stuff,
It's got the mask.
And this has Harley, and it has, where you saw Harley in Batman, it kind of has that stuff. It picks up from there, and you see Joker and Harley interact past that scene, and it's pretty brutal. I don't want to spoil it, but, you saw that, right? That's not good. And other Batman stuff, you have this Amy Comic Girls featuring Batgirl. Yes, it's an issue 2. I hate that they do this. The first issue was Wonder Woman, has crap all to do with this, okay? The last 2 pages of it set up this in a way, but who cares? But this is a lot of fun. You got Duella Dent, the Joker's daughter, and she's kind of steampunky, and it's...
And you guys like
fun.
steampunk, right?
And you like, the female characters as the male characters as females, and of course the female characters stay female.
It's Rule 63 steampunk. Come on, guys.
But except the female characters stay female. So it's enjoyable, and it's still Palmiani and Gray, so you'll still enjoy it if you like the Wonder Woman one. Now here's Marvel Now. You got Thor. This is Jason Aaron, and it's freaking awesome. You have that Rippick guy that I don't know how is he going to be on time getting it out. I remember he did a lot of painted stuff that was very late for Marvel. Was it that Secret War back in the day? It was so late, but it's gorgeous. Freaking beautiful. And it jumps into the future with Thor Odinson, where he is... he has his beard back. I knew Jason Aaron was going to give him his beard back. I knew
Jason
that.
Aaron loves beards. He gave Hulk a beard.
But it's kind of like Old Man Logan, except like Thor and Asgard in the future. And
I am okay with all of that.
It's brutal. Again, I don't want to spoil it. They're always the last... these all have this little piece of the puzzle of what this Marvel Now is going to be. That's a spoiler. So I don't want to give that. But I thoroughly enjoed this. And we got the baby covers. So
babies, oh my goodness.
And Fantastic Four, it's fun. It's, Fraction can do sci-fi. He can. He's done sci-fi very well before. And he also does the family dynamic well. I can tell that, he has multiple kids himself. There's certain things that, being a dad myself, I can tell exactly, where...
what he's channeling.
Yeah. Franklin wants his mom, and nothing will be replacing his mom. And when you have just the way, like, the kids sleep so stupid with, like, their face down in the bed and their butt in the air. It looks so uncomfortable, but...
works for them.
Here's the thing. They're going off into space for a long time into an unknown universes, and they are... Reed has a secret that is the whole reason why, and them going off into these other universes is the reason why that FF team has to be there, and the reason why that team looks so haphazard and sucky and weird is because they just threw it together because they weren't going to be gone long, because they have a space-time ship.
Yeah.
Not a spaceship.
So it's like a 3-hour space tour.
Yes, like Gilligan's Space, but... and, of course, we got the baby variant.
Yeah.
Now, here's the book that was the biggest question mark for me. You got Bendis on a team book again. You got a lot of the talking, a lot of that stuff, and he has these characters from the past. And it's kind of like Mad Men, them from the past, but where are they really from? They're basically from, like, what, the late 80s, the 90s? What kind of jarring thing is it? Like, our cell phones are bigger than yours. They're not really from the 60s. You're not going to have any of that actual, like,
what is this Automo car with electricity?
No. But what you do have is the personality conflicts, where Cyclops is basically, they're the Brotherhood of Evil mutants now, and he's liberating mutants that are actually captured by the authorities, by different, police agencies and government agencies all over the world. So, and he's calling himself the X-Men. So they have a big problem. Do they have a mutant civil war, or do they do something different? And Beast, I'm sorry, it's on the very, very, very first page. Beast is dying. He is dying. He's having a third or fourth mutation, however you want to tabulate his mutations. And this one, his heart's not going to take it. So he needs to think about the legacy of mutants and put them in a good place before he dies. And the only thing he can think of is this conceit of getting these guys from the past. So it was actually really good. I actually really liked it. And I wasn't the biggest fan of the concept before because, why? And how cultural shocking is it going to be? They're just like, oh, these guys are from the whatever time they are. And it highlights that in Marvel continuity, it kind of shifts. Like everything was about 10 years ago, Yeah. So it's not really the 60s. It's not really they're from the civil rights era, But, but it was quite good.
And then babies.
And finally, for X-Men, it's X-Men Legacy. This book is wacky. This is wacky. I mean, I like Simon Spurrier. I liked him on his Cross. I liked him on other stuff by Marvel. But it's Legion, Professor X's son. And he's still kind of crazy. And he's trying to get some...
Like you do.
He's trying to get some balance. He's trying to, be all, monkey and whatnot and find his center. And it's crazy. So what's he going to do? Is he going to step in his father's footsteps and unite mutants in a way that they really need to now or not? So if you are a wacky person that has problems fulfilling your own destiny, you might enjoy this book.
Wow.
All right. Avengers Assemble. This is a Marvel Now. It's a continuation of what of that book that, but it's not a continuation of that Guardians of the Galaxy space story.
Gotcha.
It's Kelly Sue DeConnick, who is actually Matt Fraction's wife. And it was so good. It's Science Brothers. It's, one of the dynamics are what I would say the best dynamic of the Avengers movie, in my opinion, was Tony and Bruce's two science guys coming from completely different viewpoints, but both completely science and talk the same language. And in here, that's what it is. You have Tony as the futurist that the future's so bright he has to wear shades.
So
everything's
the buddy cop movie that we wanted is actually here in comic form.
Yes. Everything about the future is wonderful, and it's all going to be great. And then Bruce Banner's thing is the future is horrible. There's all these calamities. Technology is not the answer to anything. We're going to have natural disasters. We're going to have famine. We're going to have all these problems. And so they're squaring off. Who's right? And it's cool. I really enjoyed it. I'm sorry. Amazing Spider-Man, I'm not talking about it. It's 97. I'll talk about it at 698 and 99 and 700.
Yeah.
But... moving on. So I talked about all these big Batman books. I talked about all these big Marvel Now books. What else is there for comics?
I don't know, but I know what I'm most excited about.
Saga's out.
Damn Skippy.
This is the first issue after the collection. The collection's only $10, so if you didn't get it, come get it. You will thank us.
Oh, yes.
And
dear God, yes.
This is the issue about in-laws. It's about being raised by fanatics.
Meeting your parents and having to introduce them to the kid.
It's basically like, if a Zionist Jew in Israel married a Palestinian and had to, no, seriously, and had to introduce that to, their Zionist parents. I mean, I'm not taking sides on the issue. I'm just saying this is an analogy to that.
It's a good analogy.
And it's pretty intense. And it really rings true, the relationship with his mother that, I have a similar relationship with my mother at that, and it's just, it was cool. I really like it. Every issue of this is just spot on amazing.
And it's so personal. It's one of those that you're given these fantastical situations and settings, but it's so close to home that anybody can relate.
Yes. Anyone with a heart and a soul.
Yes.
All right. Lock and Key.
Qualified.
It starts again with the final arc. I can't wait for this Omega. I can't say anything about it because I'm still selling volume 1 to people almost daily, and they blow through all 5 volumes. And IDW has done this amazing thing called subscription covers, where instead of trying to sell the book with a cover about the book, they come up with what would be the coolest thing for the already fans of the book that are already going to buy it anyway. Actual keys on the cover of, that's cool. And they're doing this for all their books now. And all these subscription covers are quite possibly the most badass thing a subscriber would think of. But, wouldn't necessarily sell the book to a new person if it was on the shelf.
Yeah, it's not quite as gripping, but it's awesome. Yeah.
If you're already sold, that's amazing. Walking
Speaking
Dead.
of already sold,
I can't say anything about it.
No,
I mean,
there's really
obviously, Carl
has a machine gun. Get the book.
Yes, What would you think Carl would do with a machine gun? Because he does exactly that. That's not a spoiler. That's your imagination. Great Pacific. This is one of those books where I just love the medium of comics because it's a medium. It's not a genre. It's not superheroes. It's not whatever. You can do whatever you want.
It's a way of telling a story.
And this is a big bunch of, I mean, I'm sure it's fiction. I'm sure this doesn't really exist. But there's this big bunch of trash in the middle of the Pacific Ocean the size of Texas. He says it's real. I don't know. I haven't verified this. I was going to Wikipedia it. But no, I'm being sarcastic. But no, that is real. And one man's trash, everyone's trash is one man's treasure. This one dude is coming up with a way to not only get rid of this trash, but revolutionize how we as a society live with our disposable crap and everything. And it was a great first issue. I really liked it. And we have the Phantom variant where we got 50 copies of this Phantom variant as one of 20 stores that, you know, can get the Phantom. I might even make Tony draw on the back of it. I'll make him draw some trash. But I would show you the regular cover, but Diamond shorted me my regular cover. So whatever. And I have the Phantom variant. That's better. And I'm also going to have a Phantom variant of FF #1, Fantastic Four #1. But I don't have it in hand now. You know, maybe they'll put it on the screen when we're talking about FF. But I don't have it in hand because I'll have it by noon today. I don't know. And then finally, original hardcover, Fables, Willingham. If you're into Fables, if you're really into Fables, I'm sorry, but you're going to have like an extra $20 this week because this is Willingham. It's canon. It doesn't matter if you read Fables in the collection or the single issues. This does not spoil the single issues. This is an original graphic novel that if you're into Fables at all, you will thoroughly enjoy.
It enriches the backstory, because that's one thing Willingham is really good at. He's able to give you these side stories that you can read as standalones that don't spoil anything.
Right.
That just give you greater understanding of the characters.
Like the prose novel, Peter and Max. You know, if you never read that, you'll be fine. If you did read it, you get so much enriched for the whole backstory of Fablelands.
Even the volume of the 1001 Arabian Nights.
Yes. You don't have to read it, but I pity you if you do not.
Pretty much, yeah.
If you're a Fables fan and you don't. You know, if you just don't like Fables, I mean...
Or if you're a person, we pity you anyway because it's a good book.
Werewolves?
Werewolves.
Bigsby?
Bigsby.
It's good. And that's it. So much good stuff.
Oh my God.
I am sorry. File your tax returns early this year because there's just more coming. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Later.
Hey, thanks for watching our video. I'm sorry it's so long. It's called Top Books. There were just so many freaking top books. Click subscribe if you haven't already. That's awesome. And go to our Facebook. It's facebook.com/a.comic.shop and share the video. And you'll see pictures of all the great stuff you could win. And, you know, thanks, guys. Watching my video and all this, it validates my existence. Thanks. Bye-bye. We love you.